Hey folks, Brian Blessing in Las Vegas for VegasInsider.com. Let's have at it. It's the opening line report, week 15. Craziness, how fast the season's going. A lot of cool stuff to talk about for the games coming up this week. We give you the advanced wagering number that was posted here in Las Vegas. These were numbers at the Superbook over at the Westgate, and then we'll give you the opener after the games were played this weekend. No time to waste. Let's go. Thursday Night Football, Chargers at Vegas. Vegas was 3.5. They opened 3. Total 54.5. Raiders get pumped by the Colts. Their secondary, a mangled mess. Chargers finally win a close football game after all those close defeats. It's all about Justin Herbert, his development. How do you play an under in a Raiders game? I don't know. I don't know at all. And the total's 54.5. The public knows that. The total may actually go up a point, up to 55.5. And the Raiders are still breathing. They better take care of business here. Then they get the big date with Miami next week. You know it's Christmas and you know the playoffs are coming because we get the Saturday NFL doubleheader. The Bills feeling their oats. Looking at them as about a 4.5 point favorite. At Denver, coming off a very physical game that could take a toll on them, but they were getting punched in the mouth by Pittsburgh, get a pick six before halftime, then punch Pittsburgh right back in the mouth in the second half. Josh Allen feeling his oats, but it's the Buffalo defense is starting to play better. Going into up the altitude, we'll see how that goes. But Denver's feeling good about themselves. Denver gets a win, and Drew Lock threw 4 touchdowns. How about that? They've got Lindsey, they've got Gordon, but finally he finds Hamler over the top. So Denver feeling pretty good about themselves coming in. It could be a little bit of a letdown spot for the Bills, but you know what? They're relishing a Monday night win, a Sunday night win, now a Saturday nationally televised game, and then another high-profile game they've got down the road the next week with New England. Carolina, Green Bay, the advanced number was 9.5. It's down to 8.5. Green Bay beat Detroit. Solid second half, got the job done. Carolina came up short against Denver. Bridgewater, a lot of dink and dunk stuff. Rodgers, it's remarkable every week. He and Devontae Adams, they know what's coming. Nobody can stop it. And, you sit there, you stare at that number. Green Bay, highly motivated. New Orleans loses to Philly, and they know New Orleans is playing KC, and that bye is sitting there. So Green Bay, not likely going to be clowning around in this spot. Tampa Bay, the number was 1.5. It opens 4, coming off a win over the Vikings. Total 51 at Atlanta, who loses the close game to the Chargers. They're playing hard, though, the Falcons. For Raheem Morris, you got Brady and Ryan. This has one of these NFC South shootout kind of mindsets to it. And I think Atlanta, up and down a little bit in terms of pace of play, but they're playing hard. I think you may see some points in this game. I think the public will look for that. Totals 51, could go up to 52. San Fran, the advanced number was 2.5. It's down to 1. Because they lose to Washington, couldn't generate anything offensively. The total's 45.5. Dallas beat Cincy, good for Andy Dalton. He's going back to Cincy. You knew they'd play hard for him. He wanted to play well, but it was Cincinnati. And I think San Francisco has to have a stone in their shoe after losing to Buffalo and then losing to the Washington football team. The bottom line is they're in major trouble, but they may absolutely take it out on the Cowboys unless they're just so deflated that they thought they were back in it and now they're out. I do see the game. Dallas is a public team, but I bet you this gets to 3. Detroit's at Tennessee. Tennessee, 8.5 point favorite. Stafford slinging it around. Again, another on the Galladay watch. Will he play? Detroit can score. Detroit can make mistakes. Tennessee can run. Tennessee can throw. It's amazing that Tennessee has become this dead over team. I'd look for that total to be certainly in the low 50s, waiting on a total to be posted. And whatever they hang, I bet you goes up a point. I'm thinking something in the 52, 53 range. Then you go to Houston. Indy was 6.5. It opened 7. Very impressive effort. And they did what they should have done in this space last week. We told you the game would be a track meet. Indy and Vegas, because the Raiders secondary is a disaster. They can't stop anybody. Rivers doing a much better job protecting the football. They've got a lot to play for. Houston got thumped by the Bears. 2 teams going in opposite directions. I think this is a number could get through 7, up to 7.5 and 8. Total's 52.5. New England's at Miami. The advanced number was Miami -3. Miami, good effort against Kansas City, but they come up short. They frustrated Mahomes in the first half. That defense is the real deal. It opens 2.5. Totals 42. The thing I think you're looking at here is what Belichick did to Justin Herbert a few weeks back, the rookie quarterback. How will Belichick frustrate Tua in this spot? That Miami defense is good. New England cannot throw the football. That clock should be running a lot. The total's only 42 for an NFL game in this day and age. That's low. It may not be low enough. Chicago, Minnesota -6.5 was the advanced number. That was on the board. And Minnesota, they come up short. Chicago gets a really strong effort and a good win over Houston. So now you're looking at a number that is 3. It's making me choke up. 3 -20. How about that move? Minnesota, 3 -20, totals 46. Cook, you got the running game. That's the thing. Minnesota, they're kind of Jekyll and Hyde. One week to the next. Trubisky played better for the Bears, but I think Cook gets going. Good Bears defense. On paper, they play hard. I think Cook and the Vikes are the side here. And that 3 -20 is the indicator. It's going through 3. It'll probably close 4. Let's go to Seattle at Washington. I think this is one of the more intriguing games on the docket. The advanced number was 3. Seattle's 4.5. Total 43.5. Watch out for this. 2 division leaders, that's right, are playing here. And this could be a first-round playoff preview. If the Rams win the division, Seattle could end up having to come right back here to play Washington in a month. Seattle got well against the Jets. Who doesn't? But it was big for Russell Wilson. He had a big day offensively. He kind of tapered off. Carson's back. They're running the ball. The defense is a little bit better. But Washington's all about defense, playing low-scoring games, and Alex Smith, a great story, managing games. But I think Russell Wilson's mobility against this aggressive defense, he'll extend some plays. There'll be some big plays in this game. I think it might be a sneaky, higher-scoring kind of game. 43.5 is the total. Let's check the weather, but I can see that total going up just a little bit. And Jacksonville's at Baltimore, waiting to see what happens on the Monday night game. 11 was the advance. Baltimore posted a 13-point favorite. Jacksonville looks like they kind of hit the skids here on the tail end of the season. But Baltimore, they can't be messing around. Let's see what happens against the Browns. But they've got to start going if they want to make the playoffs. Jets at the Rams, the advance number was 13.5. 17's the opener. How about that? 44.5. Jets are a dumpster fire. Rams, do what Seattle did. Don't mess around. Step on their neck. Keep getting Akers the football. Establish that running game. Your defense is certainly fine. Rams trending up. Jets are a mess. Philly and Arizona. The advanced number was Arizona 6.5. It's posted at 5.5. 47.5 the number. Philly hurts the quarterback. What a difference. They beat New Orleans. Kyler Murray. Oh, let's see, another Oklahoma quarterback. Think these guys won't be running around trying to make plays? Watch for this total to go up. Even though we're talking about a Philly offense that's been pedestrian, Hurts has been a difference maker. Sanders running the football. Sneaky, fun matchup with these quarterbacks in Arizona. They were in free fall, but they get a win against the Giants. Another NFC East matchup here, but maybe a sneaky higher scoring game than you think. This is awesome. Could be a Super Bowl preview. Realistic chance. Kansas City, the advanced number was 3. It opens 4 because New Orleans loses. Kansas City beats Miami. The total on the game, 51.5. You're not going to see Drew Brees. It'll be another week of Hill. Brees is close, but why rush him? They lose the game to Philly. Green Bay's got control now for the bye in the NFC East. And the one thing I'll tell you is there's some trends here. Kansas City, they're winning, and I think they're the best team in football. They failed to cover the spread in 5 straight games. And on the other side of the equation, you think of New Orleans slinging it all over the place. I know Hill's in there. But their game with Philly barely went over the total. 24-21 was the final, 43.5 was the total. They were kind of garbage points at the tail end of the game. And prior to that, you were looking at a New Orleans team that had been under the total in 5 straight games. I think they go up and down the field in this game. That'll be interesting to see what the total does. I do believe the total will go up, even though Breeze isn't playing. Hill's done a good job of getting Michael Thomas more involved, but boy, not getting a W against the Eagles, they may rue the day because they're going to probably now, there's football to be played, but probably going to have to play in week 1 of the playoffs. I do look for the total to go up. All right, and then we get Cleveland. 3 was the number. It's 4.5 against the Giants. Cleveland's got to play on Monday night against Baltimore, but the Giants did not have a good day against Arizona. Now Washington's in control of the NFC East. We'll see how the Browns fare. And then finally, Pittsburgh, the advanced number is 11.5. It's up to 12 against Cincinnati. Pittsburgh loses 2 weeks in a row. That defense, though, let me tell you something. They fly around. They get after it. They gave Josh Allen fits in the first half. But when Roethlisberger threw the pick 6, it changed everything. And the Bills, their defense is playing better. But Josh Allen, he's the real McCoy, and this team's feeling their oats. And they're right there, ready to capture the crown in the AFC East. The Bills relishing the win against Pittsburgh. But that was, let me tell you, as I said the same thing for that Denver game with Buffalo, that was a physical Sunday night football game. Could take a toll on both of the teams because they were popping pads. But Cincinnati, again, it's just one of these things. Where do the points come from? And where will the points come from against that Pittsburgh defense? There you have it. It's the opening line report. Hard to believe. Week 15. It's late in the year. We got a Saturday doubleheader and more. It's going to be great. We love being with you here at VegasInsider.com. Good luck this week.